So, Canada's food guide, huh? That looks tasty. Look at that. We got some plain pasta, some bread, nothing on it, some strawberries and potatoes combined together. That's bound to digest well. And a bunch of tofu and beans. And we're allowed a quarter of an egg. This is fantastic. Today we shall discuss why eating a plate designed like this will keep you fat, sick, bloated, weak, hangry, and just generally unfun to be around.
I love your colon, girl, it's my world. I won't ever make a sound.
I was vegan for 10 years, and I used to look at these Canada food guides as a joke because it wasn't vegan enough. I was like, what are y'all doing? Dairy and meat are still on your plan? Don't you know? Saturated fat, homie. But even as a vegan, I would look at this plate and think, what the hell is that? That's not even how you do plant-based right. And now, I've changed my life. My entire health schematic has been just altered for the better. Going to a meat-based diet, the opposite of what they're recommending here. And I don't see a lot of healthy people eating these plants. I'm starting to wonder if there's some plot, some evil plot to push plant-based diets on us, human beings who are mostly carnivorous from what I've seen. Is it to keep us weak and malnourished so we can't fight back against the government and we just go along with everything they say? It's like, okay, yeah, fluoridate the water, please. I was lacking it. Yeah, that's fine. Raw milk's illegal, but cigarettes are fine? Okay. Yeah, let's sign that bill. Signed. Agreed. You're right. So first let's dive into this plate, see what they're recommending, why I don't think you should eat this stuff, and what you should eat as an alternative to be happy, healthy, and free as a human being. So right away, choose whole grain foods. We're not birds. Are you a bird? Are you gonna fly away after watching this video? Yeah, you're not, are you? Whole grains have the sharpest fiber of any food. If you want to irritate your digestive tract, just eat as much whole grains as you possibly could. Cultures all around the food. Jesus Christ. Here in Asia, they praise white rice. It's everywhere. You can't even find brown rice. Why would anybody eat the husk? You can't, not only can you not break apart the nutrients to get anything out of it, but it's like glass. It just scrapes along your colon. You want leaky gut? Go for the whole grain sandwich. Have a pasta sandwich on there. This plate is half wheat gluten. There's just wheat gluten everywhere. Do you want to destroy yourself? Do you want to destroy your body? Whole grains are the least consumed food of happy people. If you're going to consume grains, which I don't think you should anyway, it should be white rice with no fiber. That's like the only one I can see even remotely possible. You don't need the carbohydrates in that rice. So you're just doing it for Pleasure Town, for the heck of it. You want sushi, you want a vehicle for your raw fish. That's rice. I mean, they got a piece of bread on here. It's just like a chemical concoction. That's not food. Whole grains with sharp fibers, and then a bunch of ingredients and preservatives and rancid vegetable oils made up into this glue puff pie in your oven. That is not healthy. It's not even remotely healthy. So whole grains, out. The next weird thing here is eat protein foods. It's like protein's important, but no food is just its one thing. Like, oh, eat vitamin C foods. It's like, no, just eat fresh, real foods. It's like protein foods could mean anything, and it doesn't place the importance on fats. And that's what I see lacking in this whole plate here. The number one key ingredient to your life being worth living is fat, healthy fat. That's what's gonna give you energy. That's what's gonna make your skin glow. That's what's gonna make you happy. Give you all your building blocks for the hormones, the happy hormones. Where's the fat on this plate? It's all just like tofu and fatless beef. There's mushrooms. Mushrooms are in the protein section. We got a quarter of an egg here. You had to split that one egg up with your entire family. That's it. One for you. Here you go, Mary. Jimmy, you were bad today. You don't get one. I get 2 quarters. Take that, Jimmy. Don't get me wrong here. Protein's super important, but fat is so much more important. Should be like 80% fat, a little 15% protein. We need enough to build the muscles, neurotransmitters up in this bitch. It's important, but where's the fat? Lean meats, is that what you're promoting on us? Little chicken breast with skinless? Skinning it? Animal fats literally nourish your soul, and plant fats detoxify your filth. It's like fat is where it's at. It should be right up there, and I don't see any. I'm looking for it. Where is it? Maybe those potatoes were fried in oil. Oh, thanks. Thanks for the rancid vegetable fat. That ought to build good cells. You're gonna have a wonky ass knee walking you home tonight. And then the elephant in the room, have plenty of vegetables and fruits. I just gotta say, like, humans have almost zero ability to digest vegetables, no matter how you fry it up. I mean, you gotta cook it to death. The only way I eat vegetables is juicing them, and really the only one I have interest in is celery juice for the hydration effect, and we'll get to that. They're recommending water out, I'll slap you right in the water mouth. Don't get me wrong here, again. Fruits and vegetables have their place in a detoxification lifestyle. They all have their specific goals in your body. Like pineapple can help digest protein, can really help. Pineapple and papaya, amazing for the digestion. If you have heavy metals in your body, the blueberries, get those blueberries in you. Raspberries eliminate aluminum from your brain. Take that, Alzheimer's. You're not getting me tonight. Maybe next year, but not tonight. Plants are medicine to be used in small amounts and not as an entire meal. Fruit makes you loopy and emotional and weak. Blood sugar swinging out the yin yang. You'll be hangry out that bitch. Begging for food on the street like a hooker. Is that what they beg for? So having some vegetable juice to get those electrolytes in to hydrate your body, amazing. Alkalize, try that out. A little bit of fruit here and there, just for medicine and help clear some pathways out, you energy hippie detox bitch. But having it as half your plate, fruits and vegetables, that should be half your diet? I mean, where are you gonna get calories from? There's hardly any calories in vegetables, we barely digest it. And then fruits just too high in sugar, too low in protein and fat. It's like, you can't live off this diet. This would be the worst diet ever. Inflammation of the yin yang with your wheat gluten. And then vegetable fibers to scrape you even further. And then protein with no fat to make sure you're dried up. What? And that brings us to our last just terrible recommendation. Make water your drink of choice. I'm not jumping in your pool of lies anymore. Water is easily the least hydrating liquid you could possibly consume. It will strip your body of electrolytes faster than Bigfoot stealing a sandwich from a camper in a village. Water will dry you up. You might as well drink sand. You'd be better off drinking sand. Let me just explain here briefly what I've come to learn about hydration and how I feel so hydrated now, drinking hardly any, maybe 1 cup of water a day. The more I drink, the more I pee, the worse I get. When it comes to true hydration, top of the mountain is electrolytes. You gotta make sure you have enough sodium, potassium, magnesium, all your minerals. Don't even think of one. Think of real food. Vegetable juice, coconut water, stuff like this. This is hydrating, not actual water. Plain water will just strip your body of electrolytes. And your number one goal in life is to keep your electrolytes. So the more water you drink, the more you pee out, the less hydrated you get. You can feel it, you dry out. Try washing your hands like every 10 minutes in the winter with water. You're gonna dry up like a raccoon. Put oil on those hands, then we got somewhere, don't we? That brings me to the second key of hydration, which is fat. Fat moisturizes you from the inside, and if you're lucky enough, if you eat enough fat, it will seep out to your skin and then hydrate you everywhere. Electrolytes and fats are like the top two, and then liquid, not water. Get your water from food, vegetable juices, coconut water, coconut milk, things like that. If you tolerate dairy, having raw milk, stuff like that, like there's water in that. Get your water from food. That's what's really hydrating, especially raw food. When you cook a food, it wilts. You can see it shrink in the pan. That's it losing all its water. So stop doing that. Eat mostly raw foods, get your vegetable juices in. Water is like in minimal amounts to cleanse the body. I like me some sparkling water myself. So in my opinion, this kind of plant-based diet with the whole grains, beans, tofu, I mean, most people have a soy sensitivity. You got tofu all up in this bitch. The wheat gluten everywhere, fiber out the yin yang. I do better with zero fiber. Pooing like a racehorse champion of the night. Just, there's so many lies here. They want to scare you away from saturated fat. Look at your body. Guess what it's made of? Mostly saturated fat. Well, better not replace any of those cells. If saturated fat and cholesterol were so bad, ask yourself, why is mother's milk made of largely saturated fat and cholesterol? Is it a scheme to kill all babies on Earth? From Flat Earth Santa. He doesn't like babies, so he put all that poisons in the milk. It doesn't hurt a baby. Are you weaker than a baby? And ask yourself why, when you overeat on food, even carbs, why does your body then turn those carbs into saturated fat to store? To use them later as fuel because your body loves saturated fat. It's so balancing to the mind, it's not even funny. Why are we scared of it? There's an agenda. There has to be an agenda. There's no other conclusion. What's happening to our lives? So I see this guide as just propaganda, keep you sick, keep you feeding the industries. Who came up with this? Like, who is the Canada's Food Guide Association of Global Technology? Like, who's in charge? It just seems like it's the grain industry, the tofu industry, the protein industry, and the fruits and vegetable conglomerates that just like, okay, we'll pay you to recommend our product. It's like any YouTuber doing a sponsored video. That's what this seems like to me. It's like, okay, the grains only paid for like a quarter. Look at big fruit and vegetable. They get half the plate. How much did you pay? So basically everything that's missing from this plate is what makes me feel good. So just do the opposite of whatever you see on the mainstream media. If they're promoting something, try to find out what the exact opposite is, and you should be all right. Because this ain't it. I'm telling you, gut inflammation out the yin yang if you follow that plate. Eat that plate every day and you will fall apart. I feel so much better, and so many people do feel more balanced on higher fat foods, ketogenic style, animal and plant fats. We're all gonna thrive on a different balance of foods eventually, but if you wanna just hit the reset button, in my opinion, the funnest way to do it is carnivore diet. Just simple, like one meat, one fatty piece of meat, just eat that as an elimination diet, and then start adding in the foods after that. After like 30 days of nothing but meats, fatty meats, then you add in one food and see how because you should feel pretty darn good after that 30 days. And then you start seeing, like, am I reacting? Okay, I add in some avocado and I'm tired all of a sudden. It's like, okay, maybe I can't digest that. It's not good for me. So just keep doing that, and then eventually you'll get this balance. You'll get a balance, my friend. So I think that's it. I just wanted to trash this plate, throw it out. I wouldn't feed that to a raccoon. So we're done. Thank you so much for watching the video today. Consider giving it a thumbs up if you liked it. Thumbs down if you made a raccoon whole grain sandwich and you fed it to a penguin and then you pet his belly and he burped, or whatever. I'm on a bit of a slump on this thumb down episode, but still, show your support, buy a Vegetable Police t-shirt, and subscribe for more videos, and I'll see you in the next one.